Comrades, we want to make a call in Kenya, especially to Comrade Raila Odinga. Stop doing what you are doing. Do not disrupt Kenya. We need peace in Kenya. The President, William Ruto, was democratically elected in Kenya. I will not allow you to use the people of Kenya to destabilize the peace of Kenya. We say to President Mnangagwa, stop disrupting the peace of Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe is going to election. Allow the Zimbabweans to make their choice in a democratic manner without any form of intimidation.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the fourth time that I'm recording this video, and because of a minor technical glitch, I don't know what's happening. But anyway, you have just watched this video. This Julius Malema addressing EFF members at their 10th anniversary rally that they are holding at the FNB Stadium in South Africa. And I would love to say that EFF and Julius Malema have branded themselves in a way that they are just not seen as champions of eternal issues in South Africa, local governance, domestic policies, but they also address issues that is got to do with Africans wherever you find them, whether in Europe, whether in South Africa, whether in Zimbabwe, whether in Nigeria, whether in Tunisia or Egypt. You will find that the EFF always issue a statement either of solidarity or condemnation wherever there are issues that is got to do with Africans. That's why you see in the video that I put in the beginning, they are addressing issues in Zimbabwe and addressing issues in Kenya. Yeah, that is Julius Malema for you. And in this video that I want to show you here, this was Julius Malema with a number of diplomats in South Africa, showing them what the EFF really is about, explaining to them what it is about. And of course, you know Sophie Mokoena, that is the foreign editor. Yeah, something of that sort. It's SABC. And she asked the issue pertaining Zimbabwe. And we are just going to look at it now. And I tell you what I think about it. Let us look at it.
Event comes at a time as we speak.
Over South Africa next year.
This event comes at a time as we speak right now on the continent. There's a coup in Nigeria. There was a coup in Mali. There was a coup in Burkina Faso. The continent seems to be regressing.
Absolutely, and that is something that we said the AU should be firm, that such countries which engage in such activities must be isolated. We don't need military to take over the government. We must subscribe to democracy. The people's choices must be respected, and leaders must not overstay in power. We cannot allow a situation where we regress. We need peace in Nigeria. We need peace in Burkina Faso. We need peace in Eastern DRC. We need peace in Zimbabwe, where our people should be free to express themselves, and Africans must not even enjoy a single moment of killing each other. It must be the most traumatic and the most painful thing to kill a fellow Africans. Peace is the only thing that will develop our continent.
You spoke about Zimbabwe going to the elections. Clearly, it is not looking good in terms of some of the decisions taken by the courts there that kind of pose some hard questions in terms of whether is Zimbabwe going to have a peaceful election. What is your message to the Zimbabweans, the ordinary Zimbabweans voters, at this critical moment? Maybe some of them having lost hope based on the court judgment yesterday against Nelson Chamisa's party, the candidates, and today now the Kasokweru at the Supreme Court. Your message to ordinary Zimbabweans, the voters?
They must never despair. They must continue to fight for their country and reclaim it from kleptocracy and the criminality that has hijacked Zimbabwe. We want the Zimbabweans to fight to take over their own country back. We want the international community to lift the sanctions and let's get Zimbabwe to work again. These people who are saying they are Zimbabweans all over are the ones who should be marching in solidarity with the people of Zimbabwe and demanding free and fair elections in Zimbabwe. This thing of pretentious elections is not going to work, is not going to deliver confidence, the much needed confidence that Zimbabweans need now from the international community to go back and reinvest then to lift the sanctions. The Zimbabweans must never despair. They must continue to fight and fight for their country. One day they shall know the real peace and freedom.
This thing of pretentious elections, a lot has been said here. Pretentious elections. Have you ever been in a pretentious relationship with someone who is pretending to be in love with you, yet is not genuine? That is what he's trying to communicate, that this thing of pretentious elections, pretending like there is an election, yet there is no election at all. Pretentious elections. Well, what drives people to the conclusion to assume that these elections, they are actually pretentious? What drives people to that conclusion? The events that happened before the election date, like the barring of the 12 MPs, it's some flimsy what application that has been lodged by the ZANU-PF legal team, that the 12 MPs, they applied late after the deadline. And Mighty Jamie, the one that I'm going to borrow the idea from, says, in issues like that, the public interest should be regarded the most. And when the court just disqualifies 12 candidates, you have disregarded the interest of the public. The public who wants to vote, those are the ones whom you have disregarded their interest. And in that way, justice is not seen to have been done. Yes, it might have been done, but it does not seem to have been done as this quote that I always mess up with says, justice should not only be done, but it should be seen to be done. Which means in the eyes of the public, they will just see it as the government or ZANU-PF disqualifying 12 opposition candidates. You get what I mean? Perception. So already when we have got the likes of the Kasuko being disqualified, already it looks like there is an opponent who does not want other opponents to be participating in the opponents of the opponents. And already people, they look at the election as if it's not fair and free and fair. Tell me what you think about this, ladies and gentlemen, in the comment section. And of course, I'll be glad to hear your thoughts. And with that, I'm out.